Welcome, 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 everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations and the Lightworkers and Earth Angels Academy and Study Hall. And welcome to Versatile Inspirations. Today, we're going to be looking at the Shadowscapes Tarot deck, and that is by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law and Barbara Moore. It is produced by Llewellyn. So to start off, this is the deck that I actually used for the January readings of 2022. And I have to say, these were one of my first cards. I had gotten a Rider-Waite tarot deck and had put it away and didn't look at it because some of the images were just a little scary to me, and I just didn't feel connected with that deck. And there were some old patterns and just issues that I had to deal with from how I was raised. This is my second deck, and it is one of my all-time favorites. I use this deck for every reading. I don't find that it is better for some readings or better for other readings. It is a good all-around deck for me. Now, as you can tell, I really like the images. They are very detail-oriented, and there's a lot on each card. Each card is basically its own story. And that is why I think that it came with the book that it came with. So here is a Shadowscapes companion book. And usually when you get a tarot deck, it has like a little paper book that just kind of gives you the overall general impression or the cards information, just a few little tidbits here and there, maybe a generalization of each card just so that you can get the gist, both in the regular meaning and a reversed, or how I say it, in the protective state. So, but this booklet actually takes you on the journey of each and every card, and it is just beautiful. Now, it isn't something that you can put into a box with your tarot deck or just a little pouch that you may put it in. It needs its own separate thing. As you can see, there's a big difference. The actual dimensions are, the book itself is about 5.5 by 8 inches, and the cards are 2.5 or 2 3/4 by 4.5 inches. So there's a big difference. That companion book, though, is beautiful, and it really leads you down the journey through the tarot, and especially the tarot of the Shadowscapes journey. It is gorgeous. It is a beautiful story, and I just love it. What I love most about it is the ability to really use my intuition on what it is for myself or my clients that I'm trying to receive. The energy flows through the cards very well. And a lot of times, especially if I've done my due diligence and am open, I'm drawn to a certain thing in the card. It is either the color or a symbol or a character or something else within the card, maybe the action that's going on within the card. Whatever it is, I find that it is easy enough to really hone in on what the message is that I need to deliver or that I'm trying to receive. I love the size of the deck. This size is very helpful to me because it's small enough to fit in one hand, and you can really grasp onto the cards and really feel them in your hand. Some of them are just too big, and so you're left with just barely holding on to the edges as you're trying to maybe shuffle or deal the cards. Shuffling these are very easy. As you can maybe see, they're kind of a matte finish. They're not overly shiny, which I love that because the overly shiny cards have a tendency to stick together. Now, that doesn't take away from the card itself. It just takes away from the time it takes to actually do some of the work that you need to do to prepare the cards and to deliver the cards messages. So for shuffling, it's easy enough. They're wonderful to be able to fit in your hand. And I'm not going to say I have huge hands or really small hands. I have medium-sized hands, I guess you'd say. They're just very good to be able to hold on to and to shuffle, as well as to put down to deliver the cards messages. Now, some of the readings that I've done with these cards go from romance to wealth to career, just to general. I don't use these cards for angel readings or mermaid readings. As you can tell, they're just not necessarily that. I've also used it for specifics, just such as career or romance or even past lives. Past lives is a good one to do with this as well. The only one that I find is an issue, I just don't grab this deck if someone specifies they want a mermaid deck or a fairy deck or an angel deck, just because there's not enough in there that I think would please my client who has been specific in that manner. The rest of it, if someone asks for a more general reading, this is one of my go-to decks. They're, again, easy enough to hold, to shuffle, and to deliver. And that really means a lot to me when there's enough pros that it's easy to grab and it's reliable. That's what I like about it most, is that it's reliable. Now, I do cleanse my decks. So I have people schedule readings 24 hours in advance. And this is plenty of time for me to be able to pick the deck that I'm going to go with for that person and be able to cleanse the deck correctly. That gives it ample opportunity to get both the sunlight and the moonlight to cleanse and clear the cards. I love putting a crystal, and a lot of times I'll tune into my client and see what kind of cleansing that I would like to use with that. Not only cleansing, but infusing that cleanse with something. So a lot of times, especially for romance, I will use either a clear crystal quartz or a rose quartz. And so those have a tendency to go on top of my cards and around my cards so that I can actually make sure that it's cleansed and clear. And when I grab the cards before the reading, I know that they are truly clean and clear. If I have a quick reading, if someone asks me for a reading and I just haven't had a lot of time to prepare, I will use Reiki in order to clean and clear the cards along with wrapping. So what I do is I hold the cards between my palms and I say, clean and clear, clean and clear, clean and clear. Shokure, shokure, shokure. Clean and clear the cards. And then I wrap 3 times and then swish, turn it around and wrap 3 times and swish. And that way I know even if I don't have enough time to prepare 24 hours in advance, at least I know that I've cleaned and cleared all of the old stagnant energy and all the old reading out of my cards once and for all. And this deck really works well with either way to cleanse the cards. So each time I review a tarot deck, I will be using the same cards. That way you can go back to the other videos if you'd like, and you can see the differences between the cards themselves. This just gives you an overall insight into each of the decks that I'll be reviewing, and you can see the differences between them. So if you're new to tarot, the tarot cards, especially with the ones that kind of go with the Rider-Waite theme, consists of a major arcana, the minor arcana, and court cards. In the major arcana, you have 21 cards, including the 0, or you have 22 cards altogether in the major arcana. In the minor arcana, you have 40 cards in 4 suits, and the suits are wands, cups, swords, and coins or pentacles. Each of those suits has an ace card all the way through 10. The court cards are Page, Knight, Queen, and King. And these are in each of the suits. So you have Page through King in Wands, Page through King in Swords, Page through King in Cups, and Page through King in Coins or Pentacles. So for each of the decks that I show you, I'll just be going through and showing you a few of the cards that are in the deck. We have 0, the Fool. 5, the Hierophant. 10, the Wheel of Fortune. 15, the Devil. And 21, the World. And those are your major arcana cards. The minor arcana are Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and 5 of Cups. Ace of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. And now for your court cards. The Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So as you can tell, the Shadowscapes Tarot deck is one of my all-time favorite decks. I use it all the time and I just love working with it. It's easy to hold, easy to shuffle, easy to draw from. And I find that all of the readings are very accurate and precise and deliver the messages clearly and completely for each of my clients and with myself. So if you have the Shadowscapes Tarot deck, I would love to hear your opinions on this deck as well. Maybe you don't have the same opinions as I do, and that's fine. I would love to hear what they are. So please feel free to comment below and let me know your opinions on the Shadowscapes Tarot deck by Stephanie Pui-Mun Law and Barbara Moore. And I will see you next time for another episode of Versatile Inspirations. As always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.